In this last video on Zotero, we're going to have a look at some more advanced features that will allow us to sync our database across devices and also collaborate with others. So first, let's have a look at how we can synchronize and back up our Zotero database. So the first thing you want to do is set up an account on Zotero.org and then link it to Zotero's. The way you do this, you open your Zotero preferences and then choose the sync area and then simply enter your user account details and then link those here. And here we have many options. For example, you can make sure that it's always synchronized automatically so that if your computer dies or is stolen, you always have your data in the cloud. And also you can choose whether you want to have all the text in your notes synced up as well. And here you can also choose whether you want to have your attachments synced up. And we'll talk about that when that is a good idea or not. So the way you do this after you've set this all up, then when you're in Zotero, in the top right hand corner there's a little synchronize icon, and you can always see if it's syncing up automatically. You can stop it by clicking on that icon, or you can trigger the synchronization at any time as well. So that's really as simple. That's incredibly simple. And then if you start Zotero on a new computer, you go through that same whole process, log in to that computer, and then whole database will sync back up to your Zotero there. Now, that is not all this will do for you. It will also allow you to access your Zotero database online. So you can go to Zotero.org, log in with your account that you created, and then you can see my entire database is backed up here, that I can then access it if I don't have my Zotero installed on a machine, or I can also use this, for example, to access on a mobile device, or sync it with another device that supports, another app that supports Zotero. Now, of course, there are limits for how much you can sync up for free. So the Zotero storage plan is relatively small. It's only 300 megabytes, so that's not going to give you a lot of PDFs, particularly if you have large PDFs. So you perhaps you can either purchase additional plans, or you can also simply go back to Zotero and decide not to synchronize your files with Zotero and only synchronize the text of the references, and that's always going to fit easily into that 300 megabytes. Now, if that's what you want to do, then you have to figure out how to best make sure that your files, attachments are also stored, and then we're going to have a look at that next. Now, to do that is the best thing that I found is to store your database inside a Dropbox, OneDrive, or Google Drive folder. The way to do that, you go back to Preferences, go to Advanced, and then here choose Files and Folders. And then here you choose a different data directory. Now you're going to have to go to the default one and copy all the items into the new one, but then simply choose a folder that is placed inside OneDrive or Dropbox or Google Drive, and that means that every time you finish your work with Zotero, everything that you've done will be backed up, and then you don't have to be worried about losing your data if something happens to your computer. Now, Zotero lets you do even more things that allow you to take advantage of the online features, and the one that I think is particularly important is collaboration. So the way you start collaborating is by using groups. So groups are basically collections or libraries that are shared with multiple people. So you go to this plus group, click create a new group, and that will open a website where you have to again log in with your account, and then here you can set up a group. And as you can see, you have public groups that anybody can join, public groups that invite people to, or private groups that only you and a group of people can collaborate on a list of references. Now, that is something that is very useful when you're working on projects with other people. But also it can be useful if you simply want to share results of your research, of your bibliography research, or other projects that you're working on. Now, of course, there is a lot more that you can do with Zotero. There are many features that I didn't show you that you can do in terms of searching, organizing your references, and so on. So if you'd like to find out more, go to Zotero.org/support, or simply just Google Zotero support, and then you're going to get a lot of information about Zotero to help you with your needs. Simply Googling often a question will find somebody will have had the same problem, and they will be probably helpful with that answer, or you can go to the forums here and ask that question directly there. So that is the end of our brief series on referencing, and in particular Zotero. I hope it's been useful. Please do let me know if you have any other questions. Thank you, and enjoy your referencing.